Hey Linewalkers, this is Jamie from IToldYouIWasSick.com, and I have a brand new video for you in the Why Autistic People Do That series. This is video number 10, and it is called Trying to Act Neurotypical Makes Me Look Shifty. So here's a funny thing. I have always been the staring autistic. So either I will stare at something for too long, or I won't look at it at all. Either way, I don't get eye contact right, and I actually discussed that in my very first video, which I will link to in the description below along with all the rest of the videos, so you can catch up if you haven't seen them. So it always comes back down to the eyes. One of the things that I was told, or was made clear to me, is that you're not supposed to stare, or you're not supposed to, even if it's not at a person, you're not supposed to stare. Your eyes aren't supposed to be in one place only, even if it's a wall or a tree or a television. Well, a television you can get away with it, but you're not supposed to stare. And neurotypical people, I guess, move their eyes around more than autistic people do. So I remember very distinctly realizing that, understanding that, and realizing I had to move my eyes around. And that made people, more comfortable around me. And it made me feel more comfortable because I wasn't drawing attention to myself, which I hate doing. So, in the process of moving my eyes around, I also discovered that that can make you look shifty. Now, the reason this entire series started is because I had asked a question, or I had posed a topic on an autism forum, and I said, well, name something obvious to neurotypicals that when you discovered it absolutely shocked you. And this is one of the things that people brought up, and I didn't even think about it. Somebody had said that moving your eyes around too much, especially in like a church setting or a meeting or a store or something like that, makes you look shifty. Like you're hiding something, or you're up to something, or you're trying to make sure that nobody's watching you. Well, I gotta love it. I do. Because you can't win with eye contact, excuse me. You cannot win with eye contact if you're on the spectrum. It's not possible, even if you really try. So I went from being the staring Aspie to being the shifty Aspie. And no one's ever actually come up to me and said, Jamie, you look shifty. But I have had, now that I think about it, kind of encounters with people, or people have sort of looked at me or stared at me a little too long, or kind of looked me up and down. And I didn't know what it was they were looking at, because I'm always thinking that I'm doing this really great job of approximating neurotypical behavior, but it's still pretty obvious that something neurologically is different with me. So I'll give you an example. If I'm walking through the store, or even if I am at a church or some sort of function, a play, something like that, I have always tended to, once I learned that staring was inappropriate, I start to shift my eyes all over the place. So it's like I kind of have to remember to move my eyes. I don't know if you've ever seen Twilight, but if you have, if you've seen the series, you know the part where Bella becomes a vampire and they have to teach her how to act human. So they have to tell her, you need to act like you're breathing, you need to move your shoulders up and down, you need to blink your eyes. It didn't come naturally for her anymore because she didn't need to blink her eyes. Well, I find that it's like I overcompensate. I'm like, okay, I'm moving my eyes, moving them out, I'm moving them around, No, well, I'm moving them, what's the matter? And I guess I overcompensate, and it makes me look shifty. So, it's just awkward to try to explain, because it's really not that long of a topic to talk about, but I don't know if you've ever experienced it where, you're looking at somebody and, kind of talking to them, maybe looking them in the bridge of the nose like I tend to, and maybe, occasionally glancing at their eyes, letting the glare of the sun hit you, because that's what it feels like. Looking away, looking over at someone else, but you have to think about each and every one of these steps. This is something you have to consciously think about. Okay, my eyes have been here too long, I must move them. Okay, my eyes have been here too long, now I must move them again. Okay, here we go. It's exhausting to put in that kind of effort to make yourself look more neurotypical, or to prevent yourself from becoming the center of attention because your eye contact looks strange, or your body language looks strange. So one of the things that exhausts me socially is that when I am around people, I do try to move my eyes around and do different things with my body and my face that I ordinarily wouldn't do. Like I even have to force inflection into my voice because my voice can be incredibly monotone if I don't force inflection into it. But like if I'm at a store or something like that, I will look around. One, I am paranoid. So I don't like people getting too close to me. And if someone's, if I see out of the periphery someone's getting too close, I'll move out of the way. And also, I have really horrible body awareness. I'm not sure how to say the word, or I would say it, but it's something about I don't know where my body ends and other things begin. I mean, that sounds strange to say it that way, but basically, I just have poor body awareness and spatial awareness. So if I'm not looking around constantly while I'm driving a cart through a store, I'm going to end up running into you. I'm going to end up running into a display. It's going to be really bad. So I have to pay very strict and close attention as I walk, and I have to look with my eyes to see. My eyes tell me everything. I don't have that perceptive awareness that I guess neurotypical people do to kind of know, kind of orient themselves. I just don't have that automatically. So, for example, when I go down a flight of stairs, I have to, I grab onto the railing for dear life. I always look at my feet. I have to look one foot in front of the other. Otherwise, I'll trip and fall down the stairs. So a lot of my eyes really keep me from doing that. So I have to really focus. Like, okay, look where you're going. And so shifting my eyes around all the time is something I've done to maybe look more neurotypical, but also it goes along with my paranoia. It goes along with my anxiety. And I just don't know how it looks to other people. I don't care that much because I don't get any, I don't really get any flack for it. But I can just imagine, I'm trying to see myself from outside of myself and walking through the store and going, I don't know if that's how I look. I feel like I'm just moving my eyes around because that's what I'm supposed to do. Because if I just walk through the store slack-jawed and just like coming at you like a zombie, I don't think that would be a good thing either. So yes, shifty eyes. If you have ever had any issue with shifty eyes, if people have told you that you move your eyes around too much, if people give you strange looks, if people ask you what's wrong and why are you doing this and why do you look like a clock, let me know. Let me know if you just have some issues with either staring too much, looking too long, trying to look away, all of that, because you know how it is. The eyes don't have it, like I said before. So comment down below if you have either this issue or you have the body perception issue where you have to look at everything, so you always have to have your eyes moving around, because I'm sure there's other people out there who completely understand where I'm coming from. So I'm going to finish up this video. Sorry, it's a little rambly, and that's it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.